tracker's gone quiet. I suspect it's either hiding or... Wait, you did it, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Heavens above, you just flatlined a terramorph!
I mean, not me specifically. The turrets did all the work, but I turned on the turrets. Try not to sound so surprised. I believe the words you're looking for are thank you for saving my ass. Yep, all taken care of. I really want to do this one because it's so funny, honestly, and I want to say my character has a little bit of sass.
I'm not too proud. Thank you for saving my ass. You didn't happen to grab me a tissue sample, did you?
I definitely did. What's that, sample? You think the nice lady should pay me for rescuing you? Can you really learn much from one little sample? Here you go.
All right. I spotted a microscope downstairs. Let's see if we can't get to the bottom of this. Older model. Okay, let's see what you can do.
I'm assuming this person's gonna be
Running
part of our
basic
crew,
diagnostics?
right? Because like
Nothing. Maybe
their
a flat
ship is
scan?
destroyed.
No.
Or was that not their ship?
Spectrograph.
The other one was their ship.
Damn. This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample.
It's okay.
But this terramorph being here, of all places, it doesn't make sense. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. Pets, livestock, pests. But terramorphs, they're different. To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet somehow, they follow us. So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs tend to just appear. No one knows how or why. Dangerous, but at least predictable. Talseti, though, it's too young to have a native population. It's only been colonized 20 years? But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest predators in the galaxy just to wipe out some settlers minding their own business? That seems awfully implausible. Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster type of terramorph growth, the results of which could be catastrophic. Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this one.
Honestly, I want to know whether like are you saying like these settlers in this area are a colony because or is there like a bigger like a slightly bigger city or whatever or town because this this has been here for 20 years and this is all that they've come up with like as far as like cleaning up like then I have to go back to like then was a xenomorph the or xenomorph terramorph the thing that like made all this thing look messy and destroyed because you know I really kind of don't even understand the gestation of a terramorph. Like, why would it take 70 to 100 years
Focus,
for them to
Adrian.
show up? Do you want me to give you a med pack or something? Because you seem like you're hurting. How does no one know how terramorphs get onto human worlds? Aren't they kind of hard to miss?
Well, they're not exactly buying tickets and flying coach. The theory is that they're spread by some kind of egg or seed that's able to evade our detection. But how the hell an undetectable egg turns into a terramorph without anyone noticing is a question no one's ever found an answer to. And it's why what's happened here could be real bad news for the rest of human civilization.
Terramorphs have taken down other colonies?
They have. They even took down an entire city once. A place called Londinian had to be quarantined due to a massive outbreak during the colony war. It's the only known loss of that scale, but it's the reason why any change in our relationship with these creatures needs to be taken very seriously.
Feels like a big leap to make from a single sample. Sounds like we need to do something quick. I'm sure there's a rational explanation to this.
You're right. We just need more information first. Time was, I had access to one of the best repositories of terramorph research in the galaxy. Seems a natural place to start looking, if I can figure how to access it. But we also need to get this sample properly analyzed, get confirmation on just how concerned we should be. Luckily, I think I know just the person to help with the sample. What would you say to delivering this to him for me? I'd do it myself, but I need to call in some favors. See if I can't get access to that terramorph data. Plus, maybe just pop by a hospital for a little bit. Clear it with your commander first if you have to. You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sanan is worried there could be more attacks on the horizon. They should recognize the name.
That's crazy that like an expert or a slight expert in terramorphs just so happened to land on this planet that had some weird terramorph behavior stuff going on. Seems awfully coincidental. Why would my commander know who you are? Are you with the UC military too?
I was. Long time ago. Family tradition. But I know some of the folks from my old unit moved into the Vanguard. A couple even owe me favors. If I'm lucky, your commander is one of them.
Not sure that's going to be possible. I've got plenty to play as it is. I'll mention it, but I'm not making any promises. Don't worry, I'll make sure my commander agrees.
Oh, you don't understand what a weight off my shoulders that is.
No doubt.
I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis for this thing. Full workup. He'll know what that means. I'm not sure exactly where to find him, but last I heard he was contracting with the Trade Authority on Mars. There's a place called the Sixth Circle in Sidonia. Bar run by some old friends. I'll meet you and Percival there. And here, it's not exactly a bounty, but you certainly deserve them. Should cover the cost to fuel to Mars, at least. Now please, go check in with your commander. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Terramorphs added, credits. So, 100% I have to buy fuel. That's an interesting mechanic. Let's see if I can respond to this message real quick. Are there other, like, points of interest that I can go to from here? Also, just curious. I didn't know if that was gonna work or not. It clearly didn't. Like, it destroyed some things, right? Like, some of these turrets, did they drop resources, like, kind of like, Oh, they do.
Find anything useful?
I was gonna say, do they drop resources like that Fallout? Because it might be worth looting then. Is that the only ones? I think. The other ones were over here, and I don't think it ever got over here. Shame about this ship, though. I wonder, is this their ship, or was that ship that was over there their ship? Not very clear. I want to say this is their ship because it's not like on a landing pad area, and the other one down there was, so that makes more sense.
Hello, how can I be of service, Captain?
Do you mind if I...
Conversational protocols engaged. Goodbye. Hello, Captain. I am ready to commence a trade. Goodbye for now.
Ready to head out there? Or did you still need time on your own?
I don't understand this. Actually, there was something.
Go ahead. Just don't take too long or my contact's information might go bad.
She's following, but she's
Ready
also
to head
not
out
part of my
there?
crew. I can't tell
Or
if
did you
that's a
still need
glitch
time
or
on your
something.
own?
What do Constellation have a salary?
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free? We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have. Time to go?
Oh, something I meant to say earlier.
Give the word and we'll get underway.
I did look up that person from last session who was like dead and stuff, and it turns out that they sometimes also randomly die, like, and now it's become like a weird not I want to say cult, but it's not cult, like thing where like now people are like making her character even more interesting than she already was, because they're like, oh, it's so suspicious that she just randomly dies, but apparently she, like, it's not tied to like a quest or anything like that, and so people are asking that like they make her important, like they update her or something like that and make her actually like a important NPC that you can have her as a companion. Which I have to say, if she could be a companion, she'd be a dope companion. I really love the energy she, emits, honestly. Which I'm sure other people are like, why? She seems so negative and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. I like that energy.
Ready to head out there? Or did you still need time on your own?
We're already here.
Still looks like you have someone else who needs you first. Like I said, finish that up and then come back.
Maybe it's because I'm here. on this mission? Oh, I wanted to respond to this. Sorry about that. Just... Okay. I guess we're done here. Let me kind of. Is there any other like things on here? I'm like wondering like whether I can actually legitimately explore outside this area because like it says resource stuff, but my scanner thing hasn't been coming up when I've been tapping the button. Oh, there it is now.
Good day, Captain.
Just to make me a liar. Okay, there is some other stuff. I know you probably would rather me continue going on, but I kind of want to explore. Are those plants? No, they don't count as the plants, I guess. Cool. Ready. Some more iron. Gonna be walking towards that point of interest. Is that a plant over there?
Hope you've calibrated that thing.
Oh, okay, that's how I harvest. I just like how these don't count as plants that I can scan, even though they're very much visually, in my opinion, plants. So up there. No. Did I burn myself or something? Scanned. Like it says iron like on the ground. Is that like I could just keep, or is that maybe me? Oh, okay, now I understand. That might be for like if I build a machine to harvest, right?
Gonna bury you.
Oh, kill him.
You're going to be carrying that gooey mess, right?
My bad. What are those? Well, that sucks. You can't just scan those, even though they're dead. They have to be alive in order to scan. Egg-back herbivore. Why does it have like a deadly thing on it? Is it just saying, oh, maybe, yeah, that's dead? Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming these are, oh no, I can harvest. Okay. So I was gonna say, like, maybe some of the stuff I can't harvest, like see where it says that this is all like a resource. Maybe if I have one of those like a mining tool thing that you can build. Okay, there's another plant there. I actually didn't even go to the plant thing because my friend was getting attacked. Ooh, I have a lot of chicken shells now, actually. I must have just picked them up here because I don't remember having that many before. Distinct discovery location. Is it like a Skyrim cave? Resources, that's for sure. How does the water get added? Can I harvest this actually? Oh, just literally harvest off of it. Okay.
Scan any promising leads?
Yeah, actually. Here's another one. Oh, we already got that one. Did we? Where is it on the thingy? Oh, it's the big one on the bottom. I'm blind. Okay, those are dead too. Which is a shame because I would like to like actually scan them. It's like a little spider thing too. Oh, that's cool. Sensor is something that we know on the planet, I guess. Oh, it's dead. I kind of wish the whatchamacallit was better. The light seems kind of awful. Dung pile. Oh, is that like a cave hideout chest? That's kind of cool. Shame that I can't scan these things. Not saying it's a waste, just kind of a shame. Got some good loot out of here, I think. Not only got some good loot, I kind of now understand some of this stuff now too. You know? I don't know why that was coming up as Sarah Morgan. I kind of now understand like some of the mining aspect stuff to the game. Okay, I think there was another point close by too. Right? Yeah, there's another one that's like 40 meters. Or it's not 40, 400 meters. There's some animals down there. There's a plant. Crimson something? There's another one that's been killed. These things are not long for this life. These egg-back things. Argon. We've already seen an Argon, right? Ooh, that is a lot of bad. Well, you have to scan a lot, man. I really should pick up that thing so I don't have to do, so this goes a little bit quicker. There's an Anklo over here. These Ankylos really do not like. kill it. Ow. Oh, come on. I should have healed myself. I don't know why I didn't. I really thought like I could like pop off the gun, but for whatever reason it wasn't popping off correctly. So sorry about that. Run through some of this. Was I able to scan that? Wouldn't let me scan the other dead ones. It was random that I wasn't able to scan the other ones, maybe? Don't know. Gonna be very, very quiet. Oh, it's letting me scan these. I don't know why. It wouldn't let me scan those other ones. You know, it might be really silly, but I am actually annoyed that they're called enclosed. Like, do they resemble an ankylo? Yes. Do I think that they should be called ankylos? No.
I'm glad you're handling the messy work.
Cause doesn't this like looks sort of similar to like, you know, I don't know, like a spider, but I'm not calling it a spider. I don't know, that just seems like lazy writing. And I know it's a real dumb thing to be upset about, but I am weirdly upset about it. Actually, let me... Because I have a junk jet thing now, don't I? Ah, but it doesn't... I mean, I don't want to hurt you guys, I just want to scan you. Come on! Ow.
Got another one!
Actually, I'm gonna switch my pistol. Wow, I missed every shot of that. I am absolutely bad at games.
You've got nothing. Bring it on.
I'm gonna be real, believe you me, I did not
That's not fair.
actually want to injure a single person here. But clearly my companion is bloodthirsty, and unfortunately there's nothing I can do about that. Well, might as well keep going this way, I guess. So we scan all the resources, we just need flora and fauna. Hey, buddy. It's good to see one of you, like, actually alive, in fact. These vertical climbs, man. I know, like, these environments are, like, procedurally generated, but still. It's like, you know, when I originally read stuff about this game, they said, like, it was said, oh, well, you don't need a jetpack, or, I mean, you don't need a rover, or, like, an all-terrain vehicle, because you have your jetpack. Yep, sorry for scaring you. But, like, this jetpack kind of feels, like, not great for traversing. Like, I mean, I've seen some clips where people obviously have better jetpacks, but when you have, like, points of interest that are as far away, like, that they are in this game, you should make the travel time seem more entertaining and better. Like, I don't know. Unexplored biological feature. Because to me, like, some of the points of interest are really... Am I hurting myself? Protective regeneration. Stay clear of hazardous areas. No doubt. To me, it seems like you could do a better job at some of this, like, traversing thing. Like, if you're gonna not make it... If you want to have long distance for shallow marine, water barely covers the ground territory of semi-aquatic life. the least you could do is make it easier to traverse that like large amount of, you know, space that you're gonna make me traverse like on the ground, because I'm gonna be real, like the traveling part isn't actually as fun as you may think it is. I was reading a thing like a while ago that was saying that, you know, typically what you like to do in what, you know, developers like in video games is they want to make like points of interest on something like an open world map. They want, is that like a large structure over there? It looks like it. It's like large towers, or maybe it's just a like optical illusion type thing. Scared me. I thought there was a random person out here. You want to make those like points of interest like really close to each other. So like you want the travel time to be about like, you know, a minute or 40 seconds of travel time, because any more than that, like people start to lose interest in like what they're doing, right? Like they start to lose interest in, you know, the game, because they're getting bored because all they're doing is moving from point A to point B. And so when you keep it around, if you keep the player engaged for around every 42 seconds to a minute, like they're super engaged in what they're doing, and so they stick around playing longer, even if your game worlds are bigger, because they have a lot more things to do from point A to point B, right? And from point A to point B, like they have it takes them less time to get to point A to point B, so they don't get fatigued by the journey, you know? And that's like kind of like a big thing about like, maybe I should go in that direction actually, because I'm just walking back that way, and that's like kind of off that way. Let me go to that one actually, since I'm all the way over here anyway. And so like you might as well keep the player engaged as much as possible, so that they play your game as long as possible, right? And I think it said that like
I'll keep an eye out for hostile life forms.
Starfield is. Oh, am I encumbered? Probably, honestly. I picked up a lot of stuff. Yeah, just barely. One of the Starfield is different from a lot of other games, and maybe not necessarily in a good way, is that they don't necessarily keep you engaged that entire time, because the points of interest are about like, you know, typically, you know, 3 to 5 minutes apart from each other, and that's a lot of time to basically allow the player to be alone essentially with their thoughts and feelings about the game, and then they end up getting bored. They get bored of the experience rather quickly, thinking like, oh well, there's nothing to do. And you don't want your players to ever get into a point where they feel bored while playing the game, right? Because if you get to that point that they feel bored, then they stop playing your game, and or they say, oh yeah, the game felt boring. Even if you had a lot of interesting things in your game, you want to consistently keep your audience involved, right? And I can kind of see what they were saying, like, this is cool, and if it wasn't for I'm the type of player that I am, where I don't necessarily mind, like, you know, entirely, because some days I will, like some days, you know, if I'm working, I will definitely mind having to do this much. I don't know how close, again, you have to get to your ship to be able to use the inventory, but how much Oh, got plenty. I'm different than some players because, you know, some other people might find this like a very boring experience, and like that's going to be their issue, is like it felt boring. And when you kind of look at some of the a lot of the reviews when this game, you know, was coming out or first came out, like that was kind of their hang up about the game itself, is that they felt like um sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not. And then I did it anyway, even though I was like looking, because I was trying to talk and throw stuff in there. Let me get. How do I get that back? Um. Oh, it's like a rifle. Okay, that's cool. How does the rifle have worse accuracy than a shotgun? The only part of this that's any good is that it has range. But anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, like, I mean, that's kind of like a big problem, is like you want to keep your audience consistently engaged, and that was kind of a lot of what people said, is that the game is kind of very boring early on. And I mean, that might also be due to some of like the game, like story and gameplay, or story elements too, but like it's definitely like, oh, I want to go see this, I want to go do this, and like you're being limited by time, right? There's a time constraint now, like, and the time constraint isn't that, oh, it takes a while to, like, you know, do things in the game. The time constraint is that it takes a long time to, like, travel. Like, it's not that it takes a long time to level up, to get to a skill, right? It takes a long time for you to travel to get to a point of interest, so that you can collect loot, or so you can fight to gain XP, so you're not being engaged during that time. And then you go, well, this is kind of boring. I wanted to play a space game where I did all these space things. I didn't want to play a game where I just walk from point A to point B most of my gameplay wise. Because, like, as you can see, like, I walked to that thing up there. How long did I spend there? How long did it take me to walk there, considering how long it took me to spend the time there, you know, scoping out the point? I mean, granted, some people might, you know, have spent longer there, you know, looking at every individual thing, but like once there's nothing there for me to do, why am I sticking around? Is my feeling, honestly. Oh my god, the points of interest show up again. It's like a forever amount of points of interest. Okay, I don't know if I'm all about that. See, like, this is a really far distance. which makes me fatigue, right? And I'm not. I'm probably better than a lot of other people, where a lot of other people would be like, oh yeah, you know, I don't like this, and I'm like, I don't objectively love it, but I can see, you know, some cool
Maybe
aspects.
you can get that to point us to the nearest restaurant. Haha.
Funny. I don't know. I guess everybody's different. I just feel like they could have done a better job.
Come on. I'm hit. Ah, you're right there.
No, I was gonna scan it, you meanie. And they just rolled down the cliff too. But yeah, would I honestly 100% say the journey to this point, to get to this point is going to be worth it? No. And I generally find, you know, exploring somewhat exploring and/or the travel time like somewhat enjoyable, but like this is not that in my opinion. This guy's dead? Yeah. It's interesting. They're like dead, but like they're kind of like in a stance where they're moving. It's kind of weird. I don't know if that's... It's human bones, human bones. Oh, I get it. I get it. It's like a poisonous watering hole thing. Was this the point of interest? See, like I said, this is cool. Like, you're like, oh, cool watering hole thing that, like, you know, they die, like, and stuff, but, like, is it worth coming this way, right? Is it worth that? Bone Maze Grazer. We already got those guys. Go to this one over here, and then I'll go to those, I guess. Is it worth like the travel that it takes to get to those places, especially like early game where it's gonna be even slower for you to get from point A to point B, right? Is it worth that time? Don't start. Yo, come on. I ain't fighting these. made me waste so much ammo.
Make sure
I'm
you
upset
strip
at you.
everything useful from that thing.
These don't even look like they would be hostile. Where are they? Like they're literally called grazers. Why would you? No, don't chase them. Let's go back to what we were doing. Wasting my time, lady. Wasting my time. I mean, it's kind of pointless to argue about it at this point, because it's not like they can change it right at this point anymore, so... Oh, I already got... Also, if you're like a completionist, this is really obnoxious, right? To do like all of these like types of points of interest type thing. This is like really obnoxious.
Don't rush the scan. Don't want to overlook anything valuable.
I must be missing like some sort of small creature or something, because I haven't seen another fauna besides those. Excuse me.